It's Sunday, January 18th, 2024. It's not 2024. See, that's the first time I've made that mistake. It's Sunday, January 18th, 2025. So I'm still working on this little box. So let's just jump right in and I'll show you what I've been doing on this little box project here. I'm just about to apply some stain to this. And I've worked ahead and done a couple of things. I've applied around over here. And what I did was I just grabbed a cover from one of my Forstner bits out of the drawer. My Forstner bits come like this with a protective cover. And of course they come in a variety of sizes. So I found the one, I could line it right up with the handle, the center, and then draw a line around there to give me a guide as to where to cut that off. And I've been thinking about how to cut that off, and I didn't cut it off. I sanded it off. So you may remember me talking before about my opinion of sandpaper. Grits, 100 grit or below, in my opinion, are for contouring and shaping. And that's exactly what I did here. I put a 60 grit sandpaper in my orbital sander and I just worked to that line. The trick was it didn't want to make it nice and flat this way, so I had to massage that to make it look okay. And then I worked up 60, 80, 100, 150, 220, 320, 400. Now I've only sanded the rest of this to 220, but I've gone all the way to 400 here. I've gone to 400 along here and correspondingly on the other side. Now, why did I do that? I'll show you on the mistake box. You see the tone of this stain here. This one I didn't go to a 400 on the edges. And so you see how much darker the stain is on that edge. That's because in the end grain, the pores are more open and it absorbs more stain. So by sanding that to a 400 as opposed to a 220, that'll close up some of these pores and make it not absorb quite as much stain. I think you'll see a positive result in that regard when I stain this. I'm going to stain that right now, so we'll be able to see that. And I can feel that it's just glassy. It is so smooth. So let's get some stain out and put on there and see if my sanding trick actually worked. This is my Minwax Red Oak stain. Number 215, I think it says. Okay. So put some stain here. And you'll see I didn't sand this handle end to a higher grit, so it's absorbed a lot more stain in that end grain. I think you can see on this end grain here, it's a lot more consistent with this tone than is something like this. So let's stain this top part. I was pretty confident in this method because I've used it before. And I think you'll agree that this is the result. If you don't do this, it's a darker edge, fairly consistently darker edge where the end grain is. And this is a more consistent tone on the edge as opposed to the side grain here. So that's a really easy trick you can use to make your stain turn out much nicer. Much more consistent, of course. So I'm going to stain this whole box. Oak is one of the easiest things to stain. It takes stain very well. It's just beautiful when it's stained. Tomorrow I can start shellac again. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. I've got to get this off my bench. Hopefully I can bring that display shelving unit home soon and get to finishing that. Thanks for watching. It's Friday, January 24th, 2025, and it's warmed up out here. So I just stopped by the bee barn to get some honey. You can see nice piles of honey here. I'm just going to put this in the cabinet. So I just open this door and then I think I'm going to get the tractor. I hate lifting things. So I've already lifted it to put it here. And I'm going to get the tractor and put it in the cabinet. So the honey stack is starting to diminish here a bit, which is, you know, in a way it's nice, frees up some space. I've still got this stack I had to move to get access. I'm going to warm up a batch of honey to pack here at home. I don't have to have my direct sale product packed commercially, so I can save a little money that way. And some miles too. You know, it's 130 kilometers probably from here to the packer round trip. So if I can do a load here, then that's a whole lot of money in my pocket for packing fees and transportation. I apologize, I need to remember to speak up here because the battery on my microphone went dead. You know, again, not much to see here. I did just crack a few lids, and some of these are doing, you know, they're doing good. They're alive. There's a few deads here already, and you know, but there's four colonies high here, so you know, you can look at everything on the top being dead. That's 25% of what you've got, so it's not really that much of a representative sample, but you know, if it's proportionally the same, then it might not be very good news. Yeah, so I want to just do this, get that stuff in the cabinet. It's got to sit in there for about a week before I can pack it. And I've got my jars here for filling that up. So these are what you might know as 2-pound jars, 1 kg jars. So there's a whole whack of these here. There's what, 18, 19, 20, 22 boxes. I got another box in the other building. There's a dozen in a box. And so yeah, I'll let you know how that goes. A short vlog this week. Hopefully soon we'll have some more exciting things to look at. Hopefully I'll have woodshop in full motion here soon. I need to get some work done. So I really appreciate you watching, and I hope you enjoyed this little short vlog video. Take care and have fun.